All right, how are you guys doing? Some of my students kind of inquired about some work they did in Khan Academy with signs of expressions, where they used a lot of variables to talk about, what would the sign of the answer be if A is divided by B and both A and B are positive. But I'm going to kind of talk about these, and these are, again, a lot of examples that are straight from Khan Academy. So let's just go ahead and start this off. What is the sign of y times x over y? And this number line is actually showing you where these values are falling at. Here you notice that x is less than 0. So x is going to be a negative number. Alright? We're not talking about fractionals. We're talking about this number line. If it's below 0, then it's a negative number. Now, if it was between the integers, then it'd be a fractional value. Your y is positive. All right, and we have y times x over y. We use the dot here. And if you remember what we've done before, you could flip this x and y here because they're both in the not denominator. They're in the numerator. So you can actually write this as x times y over y. Do y'all see that? So y divided by y, this is the same number. If you divide by the same number, you get 1. So this is x times 1. And you know that 1x, or x times 1, is x. And in this case, the x is negative. And I'm going to kind of arrow back up to that. X located on the number line is in a negative position. So the sign of this would be negative. Okay. The second one that I have up here, what is the sign of negative 5 times negative 1 over negative 2? Let's simplify this a little bit. Negative divided by negative is a positive. So this is the same as negative 5 times 1 over 2. So if you notice in this one's negative, and this one is positive. And when you multiply opposite signs, your answer will be negative. All right. The next one, we have what is the sign of A times B, where it's showing A is negative. So I'm going to write this A times B. We know A is negative. And B is also negative. It's below 0. If the signs are the same, your answer will be positive. So if you're multiplying two negative numbers, you get a positive number. All right, we got one more right here. What is the sign of negative 9 times 0 over negative 3? This one's interesting. I'm going to switch these right quick. Negative 9 times 0 over negative 3. I'm going to switch these, and I have 0 times negative 9 over negative 3. Honestly, you guys, I don't have to do anything else. You want to know why? Because if you multiply 0 to any number, doesn't matter what kind of number it is, your answer is going to be 0. Now, is 0 positive or negative? It's definitely not negative. Generally, if it's positive, you don't see a sign. But 0, there's nothing. So 0 is 0. We don't state it as positive or negative. It's kind of the mutual party. What is the sign of negative x over negative y when x is greater than 0? So I'm actually going to put instead of x, I'm going to put a plus sign. So this is a negative times a positive, and y is greater than 0. So here, a negative times a positive equals a negative, and at the bottom, a negative times a positive also equals a negative. Negative divided by negative is positive. Does that make more sense? All right. What is the sine of negative xy? Right here it shows you that x itself is positive. So I'm going to put a plus sign in place of the x. Oops. There we go. There's the plus sign. And then for the y, well, it's less than 0, so it's negative. So we have a negative times a positive, which is negative. And then we got a negative times a negative, which is positive. So our answer is, all right. Last one that we have is, what is the sine of 3xy when x is greater than 0? So I'm going to put a positive sign there. And y is less than 0. So y is going to be negative. Well, 3 times, this one's positive, okay? So I'm not even worried about the number. I'm multiplying these 3 right here. Positive times a positive will give me a positive. And when I multiply the negative, a negative times a positive is negative. So that's it. So the 2 biggest takeaways for this, if you're multiplying and the signs are the same, your answer will be positive. If you're multiplying or dividing. If you are multiplying or dividing and the signs are different, your answer will be negative. I hope this helps. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.